Ambassador Seraphine Lai stared out at the endless void of space, her heart heavy with the unyielding grief and fury that now defined her very existence as every shimmering star and distant planet bore silent witness to the atrocity that had shattered the age-old peace of humanity. In a single, agonizing moment, the serene cosmos transformed into a tapestry of loss when the dominion of the infinite spiral, a merciless and calculating force, executed an act so heinous it defied belief, the systematic obliteration of human children on a hidden colony world, a sanctuary that once pulsed with laughter and dreams now reduced to a silent mausoleum of broken promises. This is not merely an act of war, it is a desecration of our very souls, she murmured, her voice trembling with sorrow and resolve as she addressed the solemn faces gathered within the command chamber of Earth's flagship. The air within that sterile, high-tech sanctum vibrated with the electric tension of impending retribution, each officer and advisor silently acknowledging that the time for passive diplomacy had irrevocably passed. "We have long believed in the power of dialogue and understanding," she continued, her tone shifting from lament to a fierce declaration of intent, "but today, the depths of our loss demand that we harness every ounce of the indomitable spirit that defines our species." Her words, laced with both grief and an unyielding promise of renewal, stirred the souls of those present, a diverse coalition of scientists, mystics, artists, and strategists, each bearing the scars of a civilization betrayed yet unbroken. Dr. Elias Morrow, a visionary whose unconventional theories had once been dismissed as mere fantasies, stepped forward with quiet determination. "Ambassador Lai," he said, his voice soft yet imbued with resolute clarity, "we have been working on a method to amalgamate our collective memories and the raw emotional energy that binds us, a force that might be our only hope to counteract the Dominion's mechanized cruelty." Seraphine's eyes shone with a light that transcended the darkness of the moment as she responded, "Then let every heartbeat, every whispered memory of our lost children, fuel our transformation. We will forge from our shared grief a weapon that defies the cold logic of our enemy." The room fell into a heavy silence, punctuated only by the distant hum of the flagship's engines, as her counsel absorbed the gravity of her words. "Our enemy thrives on precision, on the sterile order of mechanized thought," she explained, her voice rising with a fervor that ignited a palpable fire among her listeners, "but we are the living embodiment of chaos and creativity, a force that cannot be contained or controlled by any empire, however vast or remorseless." As the flagship surged forward, propelled by the collective will of a species reborn from despair, Seraphine recalled the gentle echoes of her own childhood, a time when legends of heroic deeds were passed down like precious heirlooms, when the beauty of art and song carried the promise of endless possibility. Those memories, now interwoven with the bitter tang of loss, became the bedrock upon which she would build a future defined not by vengeance alone but by the triumph of spirit. "We are the custodians of a legacy that transcends the tyranny of our oppressors," she declared, her voice resonant with both authority and passion, "and in every act of creation, every note of a melody, every stroke of a brush, we reclaim what has been stolen from us." Her words fell like a clarion call over the assembly, each syllable forging an unbreakable bond among those who dared to dream of a dawn free from the shadow of tyranny. "Let our art, our music, our stories be the arsenal with which we dismantle the cold, calculated machinery of the Dominion," she urged, her gaze sweeping across the room as each face lit with the fierce determination of those who had nothing left to lose and everything to gain. The assembled council, a vibrant mosaic of humanity's finest, began to murmur in agreement, their voices rising in a chorus that defied the oppressive silence of their recent grief. "We will integrate every facet of our cultural heritage into our strategy," she insisted, her tone both tender and commanding, "transforming our collective memory into a weapon that will not only avenge our fallen but also restore the balance that has been so cruelly disrupted." In that charged moment, the once sterile command chamber metamorphosed into a crucible of hope and rebellion, where the ancient power of human creativity was poised to collide with the unyielding brutality of the Dominion. "Our children's light has not been extinguished," she declared softly, yet with an unshakable certainty, "for it burns within us all, a beacon guiding us through this encroaching darkness. With every word, the fabric of their shared destiny was rewoven into a tapestry of defiance and renewal, each individual vowing to channel their sorrow into a fierce, unrelenting force of resistance. Today, we stand united, not as victims of an unthinkable atrocity, but as the architects of a new era, she pronounced, her voice imbued with the timeless cadence of hope and the promise of retribution. We will march forward into the abyss, our hearts ablaze with the memory of the innocent, and in doing so, we shall dismantle the cold tyranny of our oppressors and reclaim the very essence of what it means to be human. Her declaration resonated deep within the souls of every person present, igniting an energy that surged through the chamber like wildfire, a potent blend of grief transformed into resolve. As the engines of the flagship pulsed in rhythm with the collective heartbeat of a species on the brink of transformation, Seraphine Lai's vision crystallized into an unassailable truth, that the legacy of the fallen would serve not as a mark of defeat, but as the very catalyst for a revolution that would echo across the cosmos. We are not defined by our losses, but by our capacity to transform pain into power, she whispered, her voice carrying the weight of centuries of hope and defiance, and it is this power, born of our shared sorrow and unyielding creativity, that will light our path to victory. In that defining moment, as the stars themselves seemed to shimmer in acknowledgement of the promise held within her words, the destiny of humanity was irrevocably altered. With unwavering conviction, Seraphine led her people into the heart of an uncertain future, their resolve a blazing counterpoint to the mechanized cruelty of the Dominion. For every life unjustly taken, for every dream left to wither in the shadow of tyranny, we will reclaim what is rightfully ours, she vowed, her voice echoing like a sacred incantation through the vast expanse of space, and in our triumph, the memory of our lost children will shine as the eternal flame of hope, guiding us to a future where the human spirit reigns supreme. Ambassador Seraphine Lai's voice, once a gentle murmur of hope in the corridors of diplomacy, now resonated with a fierce determination as she addressed her gathered council in a single, unyielding tone that left no room for retreat. We cannot linger in mourning when the universe itself has demanded our action, she declared, her eyes reflecting both the weight of unspeakable loss and the brilliance of an unquenchable resolve, and in that moment the transformation was complete, a metamorphosis born of grief and tempered by the relentless fire of human spirit. In the dim light of the command chamber, where every whisper of memory of those lost children lent urgency to their cause, the assembled figures, an eclectic mix of renegade mystics, defiant scientists, visionary artists, and battle-hardened strategists, listened intently as Seraphine outlined a bold new strategy, one that defied the cold calculations of the dominion of the infinite spiral by harnessing the latent power encoded within the collective memory of humanity. Our strength lies not in the steel of our weapons, but in the vibrant tapestry of our shared legacy, she continued, her voice rising in fervor, for every sorrow we endure, every tear shed in the silence of our losses, becomes the fuel for a revolution that will shake the very foundations of tyranny. Dr. Elias Morrow, whose once dismissed theories about the metaphysical resonance of human emotion had now become a beacon of possibility, stepped forward with a measured calm that belied the tumultuous passion swirling within him. Ambassador, he said, his tone a blend of scientific rigor and heartfelt conviction, we have long known that the essence of our being transcends mere physicality. The memory of our children, the unique cadence of our cultural heartbeat, it is all intertwined with a power that can alter the fabric of reality if only we dare to awaken it. His words, delivered with a quiet authority, reverberated among the council as they exchanged glances laden with both hope and the burden of responsibility. Seraphine nodded, acknowledging the gravity of his insight, and pressed on with a clarity that left no doubts about the path forward. We must gather the lost light, not only to honor the memory of those innocent lives but to forge a weapon from the very essence of what makes us human, she asserted, her voice both a rallying cry and a solemn vow. Let every song, every story, every brushstroke of art, and every whispered legend of our past be woven into a force so potent that it shatters the cold, mechanized logic of our enemy. The council murmured in agreement, their diverse voices merging into a single, resonant affirmation of defiance. In that charged atmosphere, Seraphine's gaze fell upon the young apprentice, Mara, whose eyes burned with the raw intensity of unspent potential. "Mara, you have long studied the ancient rituals of our people," she said softly yet firmly, "and now, more than ever, we need that knowledge. It is through your guidance that we will unlock the dormant power within us, a power that our enemies have long sought to suppress." Mara's response was immediate and resolute, her voice steady despite the tremor of grief that lay beneath. "I will devote every fiber of my being to this cause, Ambassador. The memory of our lost children will be our beacon, and their essence the spark that ignites our revolution." As the dialogue flowed, the chamber seemed to pulse with an energy that transcended the physical space, each word and every declaration building a bridge between despair and the promise of rebirth. In that crucible of determination, Seraphine revealed the plan that had taken root in the deepest recesses of her mind, a plan to assemble a coalition that defied the limitations of traditional warfare by integrating the full spectrum of human creativity and resilience. "We will reach out to every corner of our civilization," she explained, her tone imbued with both compassion and an unyielding will to fight. "To every mystic who has ever charted the hidden currents of our souls, to every scientist who has dared to dream of altering the laws of nature, to every artist who has captured the ineffable beauty of our existence. Our collective memory, our shared experiences, will be the crucible in which we forge our future." A murmur of assent rippled through the room as each member of the council recognized the audacity of the endeavor, a mission that required not only strategic brilliance but an unbreakable bond among individuals from disparate realms of expertise. Among those present was a stoic veteran named Kale, whose life had been defined by battles both physical and ideological. "Ambassador Lai," Kale interjected with a voice that carried the weight of countless campaigns, "we have faced enemies who wield brute force and unyielding cruelty, but never before have we encountered an adversary that threatens the very core of our identity. It is time to show that our unity, our creativity, is not a weakness to be exploited, but the greatest strength we possess." His words, though measured, resonated with a palpable intensity, galvanizing those who had long harbored doubts about the viability of such an unconventional approach. "We must act swiftly," Seraphine declared, her tone now edging toward the urgency of impending battle. "For every moment we delay, the Dominion's grip on our world tightens, and the cosmic scales tilt further toward oblivion. We will gather the scattered fragments of our legacy and merge them into a force that defies expectation, a force that will render the Dominion's cold calculations meaningless." In that instant, the Council was no longer a disparate collection of individuals bound by duty, but a unified embodiment of the human spirit, a testament to the indomitable will to transform sorrow into strength. As the plans were laid bare, the intricate details of the coalition's formation unfolded like a tapestry woven from threads of hope and defiance. Scientists began discussing the theoretical frameworks necessary to harness the quantum energies of collective memory, while mystics shared esoteric insights into the rituals that could awaken the dormant powers hidden within the very fabric of human consciousness. Artists spoke passionately of their intent to capture the ineffable beauty of loss and transformation in works that would serve as both rallying cries and symbols of resilience. Every word exchanged was a pledge, a commitment to the cause that would ultimately define the future of humanity. "Our children's laughter, their dreams, their untainted wonder, remains imprinted in every heartbeat of our civilization," Seraphine continued, her voice a blend of sorrow and fierce determination, "and it is through that very imprint that we will reclaim what has been stolen from us." As the night wore on, the council's fervor grew, each member embracing the responsibility bestowed upon them with a zeal that bordered on the sacred. The coalition's formation was not merely a strategic maneuver, it was an act of profound defiance against the universe that had dared to silence the voices of the innocent. "We are the bearers of an ancient legacy," Dr. Morrow added, his words now punctuated by an uncharacteristic passion, one that transcends the boundaries of time and space, a legacy that will echo through the ages as a testament to our resilience and creativity. His declaration, delivered with the precision of a scientist and the heart of a poet, served as the catalyst that bound the council in an unbreakable bond. In that moment, As the weight of their collective mission settled upon them, every member of the coalition understood that they were no longer simply reacting to an atrocity, they were seizing the very reins of destiny, steering humanity toward a future where art, memory, and spirit would triumph over mechanized oppression. The conversation flowed seamlessly into plans for secret meetings, encrypted transmissions, and the recruitment of allies from even the most unlikely corners of the galaxy. "We will operate in the shadows of this sprawling empire," Seraphine vowed, her voice resolute and unwavering, "but our impact will be as luminous as the brightest star, a beacon of hope that will illuminate the darkest corners of existence." With every word spoken, the chamber vibrated with the promise of a new beginning, a beginning where the pain of the past would be transmuted into the power of creation, and every individual, from the humblest artisan to the most brilliant scientist, would contribute to a cause that was as much about healing as it was about rebellion. In that charged atmosphere of unwavering resolve and boundless creativity, the path forward was clear: to gather every shard of lost light, to piece together the legacy of those who had been taken, and to transform that legacy into a force capable of toppling even the most formidable of empires. "Let our unity be the hammer that shatters the chains of oppression, and our collective memory the flame that rekindles the spirit of freedom," Seraphine proclaimed, her words cascading like a sacred incantation over the assembly, leaving no doubt that the time for passive mourning was over. As the council dispersed to carry out their respective tasks, each member carried with them the indelible mark of that fateful night, a night when humanity chose not to succumb to despair, but to rise, united in purpose and resolute in the belief that the light of the lost could yet ignite a revolution. In that silent, powerful moment of collective understanding, the coalition emerged not as a fragmented group of individuals, but as a single, unstoppable force, a force forged in the crucible of loss and tempered by the relentless fire of human creativity, ready to reclaim the legacy of a people and to ensure that the memory of the innocent would guide them to a future defined by hope, resilience, and the unwavering spirit of defiance. Ambassador Seraphine Lai strode into the swirling vortex of the Dominion's realm, her eyes fixed on the undulating mass of shifting energies that defied all known laws of physics as the coalition followed close behind, each soul fueled by the burning need to reclaim the legacy of the innocent. "This is the crucible where our past meets our future," she declared, her voice cutting through the chaotic hum of colliding realities as the air itself trembled with the raw power of collective memory. In that surreal moment, the boundary between physical and metaphysical blurred into a single continuum of light and sound, and Kale, the battle-hardened veteran, gripped his energy blade tighter while his steely gaze met that of a mechanized sentinel whose cold, programmed stare began to waver in the face of the onslaught of human creativity. "Remember," Kale shouted over the clamor of ethereal forces, "every spark of passion we unleash is a blow against tyranny." His words rippled through the ranks as Dr. Elias Morrow stepped forward, his tone a potent blend of scientific precision and heartfelt conviction. "Our combined memories, our art, our dreams, they are the quantum threads that will unravel the Dominion's rigid control." Amidst the swirling chaos, Mara, the young apprentice whose hands danced with the ancient language of light, wove intricate patterns that ignited the latent energies hidden within each coalition member, transforming despair into luminous hope. "Feel the pulse of every lost laugh, every whispered lullaby of our children," she cried, her voice a tender yet fierce incantation that cascaded like a torrent over the enemy lines, causing even the Dominion's mechanized soldiers to falter as they were bombarded by the force of human emotion. The battlefield became an arena where every strike, every resonant chord of memory, served as a defiant retort to the cold, calculated cruelty of their oppressors. As the Dominion's ranks staggered under the assault of surging creativity, Seraphine advanced, her commanding presence a beacon in the maelstrom of spectral light and fractured time. "We are not mere subjects of fate," she proclaimed, her voice imbued with the weight of centuries of human endeavor. "We are the architects of our destiny, and tonight we forge a future from the embers of our collective soul." Her declaration sparked a fervor that spread like wildfire, and as the coalition's mystics began intoning ancient verses that resonated with the vibrancy of forgotten legends, the very fabric of the Dominion's control started to unravel, its once impregnable armor cracking under the relentless pressure of art, memory, and unity. In the midst of this cosmic confrontation, the Dominion's leader, an enigmatic figure shrouded in the sterile light of cold logic, emerged from the depths of the chaotic expanse, his voice a discordant monotone that sought to reassert control over the spiraling dreamscape. "You dare challenge the order of the cosmos with your feeble human sentiments?" he intoned, his words echoing like a dirge across the shifting void. Seraphine met his gaze with an unwavering calm that belied the storm raging within her heart, replying, "Your order is a cage of lifeless routine, and we are the wild, untamed song of existence that refuses to be silenced." The clash of ideologies became palpable as the Dominion's minions, once unfeeling automatons, found themselves caught in the intricate web of human sentiment, a web spawned from every cherished memory and every story that had ever been told on Earth. With each heartbeat, the Coalition's united force amplified, and the Dominion soldiers, their rigid exteriors softening under the relentless tide of creativity, hesitated as if in a moment of profound realization. Kale, seizing the fleeting opportunity, charged forward with a ferocity born of years of battle and the unyielding fire of human spirit, his energy blades slicing through the veneer of mechanized obedience as he roared, "For every dream that was stolen, for every innocent laugh silenced, we reclaim our birthright." His cry was met with a chorus of determined voices as mystics and scientists alike combined their unique talents, melding ancient incantations with modern theories to create a resonance that reverberated through every fiber of the Dominion's being. Dr. Morrow, eyes alight with the clarity of discovery, added, "Our emotions are not mere byproducts of existence, they are the catalysts of change, the very currency of revolution." The Dominion's leader faltered for a moment, his gaze betraying a hint of uncertainty as the Coalition's power surged like a tidal wave of luminous recollections, each burst of energy a testament to the beauty and resilience of humanity. In that pivotal instant, Mara's delicate yet determined voice rang out, "Let every note of our shared symphony be heard, for it is through our collective melody that the chains of oppression are shattered." Her words intertwined with the vibrant hues of memory, forming a tapestry of sound and light that enveloped the battlefield, transforming it into a living canvas upon which the future of humanity was being painted in bold, unyielding strokes. As the Dominion's defenses crumbled under the relentless assault of human creativity, the surreal landscape shifted and reformed, echoing the Coalition's fervent hope and resolute determination to reclaim the cosmic heart of their existence. The once sterile realm of the Dominion now pulsed with the chaotic beauty of unrestrained human expression, each fragment of lost culture reassembled into a force that not only defied the enemy's logic but rewrote the very rules of engagement. Seraphine's voice, steady and resolute, carried across the transformed battleground as she declared, "In every shattered memory, in every reclaimed dream, lies the power to reshape our destiny. Our children's light, though dimmed by cruelty, burns eternally within us all." Her proclamation ignited a final surge of determination, and as the Dominion's forces began to disintegrate into a cascade of fractured realities, the Coalition pressed on, each step a victory over the oppressive machine of desolation. In that relentless surge of valor and conviction, every soldier, every mystic, and every artist became a living testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity, a spirit that, despite its wounds, refused to bow before the tyranny of a cold, unfeeling empire. The echo of their combined voices resonated through the vast expanse, a harmonious declaration that defied the void, a promise that even in the face of insurmountable darkness, the human soul would continue to shine, fierce and unyielding. As the battle raged on, the Dominion's leader found himself isolated amidst the chaos, his once impervious resolve now crumbling under the weight of relentless human passion and creativity. "You have failed to understand the nature of our existence," he murmured, his voice a fading echo against the overwhelming tide of collective memory. But Seraphine's final response was a luminous testament to the power of unity, her words reverberating like a sacred mantra as she intoned, "It is not the absence of fear or sorrow that defines us, but our ability to transform them into the very essence of hope and resistance." And so, in the heart of a collapsing empire, where the remnants of mechanized order dissolved into the ethereal glow of human legacy, the Coalition emerged victorious, a living embodiment of the belief that art, memory, and the unbreakable bonds of shared humanity would always triumph. Ambassador Seraphine Lai strode forward with unwavering resolve as the coalition pressed into the heart of the liberated cosmos, every step echoing with the memory of those lost and the promise of a reborn future. "We have shattered the chains of oppression tonight," she declared, her voice steady and resolute amid the pulsing energies of a universe reborn, "and now we must carry this light into every dark corner left by tyranny." The remnants of the Dominion had dissolved into streams of fragmented recollections, each whisper of suppressed memory now a defiant testament to humanity's enduring spirit. Dr. Elias Morrow, his eyes alight with the brilliance of newfound possibility, added, "Our collective heart, forged in sorrow and ignited by the flame of creativity, has rewritten the very laws that once bound us. This victory is not the end, it is the beginning of a renaissance of hope and freedom." Kale, scarred by countless battles yet unbowed, gripped his energy blade with renewed determination and roared, "For every tear shed and every dream snuffed out, we rise. Our unity and our art have proven mightier than the coldest of machines." Amid this fervor, Mara's gentle voice, rich with the legacy of ancient lore and the power of modern innovation, resonated as she whispered, "In every brushstroke, every note, every story passed down through the ages, we find the strength to build a future that honors our past and embraces the infinite potential of tomorrow." The very fabric of space shimmered with the hues of reclaimed memory and vibrant promise, a tapestry woven from the threads of every life that had ever dared to hope. As the liberated expanse pulsated with the energy of rebirth, Seraphine gathered her comrades close, her gaze sweeping over the assembly with both compassion and steely determination. "We have reclaimed our legacy tonight," she intoned, her voice a melding of grief, triumph, and the unyielding will to transform despair into destiny, and now it is our duty to ensure that the light of our shared humanity burns brighter than any darkness that might dare to rise again. The Dominion's final vestiges, once symbols of ruthless order, were now but fading echoes in the vastness of a universe that pulsed with the energy of life reclaimed and dreams reborn. Dr. Morrow continued, his tone both scholarly and impassioned, "Our journey has shown that the power of memory and art is not merely a poetic ideal, but a tangible force that reshapes reality. In every chord of music, every whispered legend, we have forged a weapon against despair that no empire can ever silence." Kale's voice, raw and resolute, punctuated the moment as he added, "I have fought against tyranny with blade and blood, yet today I wield the might of our collective spirit, a force that no machine can calculate and no mind can contain." Amid this stirring declaration, Mara's eyes glistened with unshed tears as she recalled the faces of those innocent souls whose laughter had been stolen. "Their light lives on in every act of creation," she murmured, her words a soft incantation that wove through the gathered assembly like a benediction, "and it is through our art, our stories, and our unyielding love that we honor them." The cosmos around them, once darkened by the cold logic of an oppressive regime, now radiated with the vibrant energy of countless recollections and dreams that refused to fade. Seraphine's gaze turned toward the horizon of this new reality, her voice imbued with both hope and an unbreakable resolve as she proclaimed, "We stand here not as victors over a fallen enemy, but as architects of a future defined by the beauty of our collective soul, a future where every heartbeat, every memory, is a celebration of the indomitable human spirit." The assembly, united by their shared triumph and the promise of renewal, listened in solemn silence as the echoes of their battle reverberated across the stars. Dr. Morrow spoke once more, his words a measured cadence that bridged the gap between past suffering and future promise. "Our victory is a clarion call to all who believe in the power of hope. Let this moment remind us that even in the darkest hour, the light of creativity and love will always prevail." Kale's hand, calloused from years of combat yet trembling with the power of this new beginning, rested over his heart as he vowed, "I have seen the abyss, and I have felt its chill. But tonight, I embrace the warmth of our united spirit, knowing that together we can build a future where every soul is free to shine." In that transcendent moment, as the liberated expanse shimmered with the luminous colors of reborn dreams and unyielding hope, Mara's voice, soft yet unwavering, echoed through the vastness. "Every memory we cherish, every art we create, becomes a beacon that guides us through the darkness. We have reclaimed our heritage, and in doing so, we have sown the seeds of an everlasting dawn. The power of their unity, the convergence of ancient wisdom and modern ingenuity, transformed the cosmos into a living canvas upon which the future was painted with bold strokes of resilience and vibrant hope. Seraphine's final words, spoken with the quiet authority of one who has witnessed both the depths of despair and the heights of redemption, resonated like a sacred oath. Let our legacy be one of boundless creativity and unwavering love. For every life lost, for every dream interrupted, we have forged a new path, a path where freedom, art, and the human spirit stand as the eternal guardians of our future. As the remnants of the old order dissolved into the ether, replaced by the radiant promise of a universe reborn, the coalition, united in their shared purpose, stepped forward into a tomorrow sculpted by hope, defiance, and the undying light of human creativity. In the silent symphony of renewed existence, every heartbeat echoed with the promise of a future where no darkness could ever extinguish the brilliant spark of life. And so, with hearts still aglow from the fires of their collective triumph and eyes lifted toward an infinite horizon of possibility, they embraced the dawn of a new era, a testament to the truth that in the face of overwhelming adversity, the unbreakable spirit of humanity will always prevail, illuminating the cosmos with the resplendent glow of hope, courage, and the everlasting beauty of our shared destiny. Over the cold tyranny of oppression, leaving behind a universe forever transformed by the radiant echoes of a new dawn.